We are live. All right. So I have a new little setup here and we're going to try it out. You know how I do. I just continually change things and test my adaptability. There you go. So that is what life is about. It is constantly changing. We are constantly evolving. And this has been a complete season of me learning to be adaptable in certain situations and just going with it and being able to pivot. So that is what I've been doing. And that is probably what I'm going to continue to do because it just is what it is. It's been going on for years. So why stop now? Why stop now? So we are here today. It is Monday. What is it? The 12th. It's the 12th of August. And I am excited to be here. I told you guys I will be going live every single day. Now the times, it just so happens to be 10:24. It's probably not going to be that time again tomorrow. But I told you what to do. You follow me, press that subscribe button, the bell, whatever, so you'll be notified of when I go live. You'll get it, you'll get the ping. And then if you're able to join, you can join. If not, there'll be a replay up that same day. Okay. So I wish my computer would not ding like this, but it is what it is. We're going to keep going. And one of the things that I always do and I want to continue to do, and I am going to do, is pray before we enter into this. All right. Dear Lord, thank you for everything that you've done for us, everything that you continue to do for us. Thank you for occupying this space. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for guiding us. Thank you for leading us. Thank you for your grace, your mercy, Lord. I thank you for the power of the present, of being present. I thank you for the present. I thank you for the here and now, no matter what it is screaming to us about ourselves and what we may have done wrong and the mistakes that we've made and all these other things that we hear from our external situations. I thank you that those are lies. I thank you that those are just merely stories, and all we have to do is create another story to go along with it. And I just thank you for the fact that you created us to enjoy. I thank you for life. I thank you for breathing life into us, Lord. I thank you for being our backbones, our strength, our courage, our companion throughout this journey. Because the journey sometimes gets tough. But I thank you that you have embedded the strength that we need, the courage that we need, everything that we need right inside of us. And I thank you for these moments, this time to be able to remember that, to come back to the center, to reground ourselves and realize that everything that we need is right inside of us, Lord. I thank you for this time. I thank you for this opportunity. I thank you for this platform to be able to just come on here and speak to people that I've never even met. Lord, I thank you for us to be able to have this time to commune together, to lift each other up, to strengthen each other, and to empower each other. Lord, I thank you for that. I thank you that this continues. I thank you that my platform will grow. I thank you that anybody else who's on here whose wish is the same, whose desire is the same, Lord, I ask that you increase them in favor, increase them in love, in abundance, in finances, in friendships, in relationships. Lord, I just ask that you hear and take time to hear their desires and lead them and guide them in the way in which they should go. So I thank you, Lord, for being not only with me, but with everyone on this call and everyone who's watching the replay, Lord. I thank you for blessing us and guiding us. I thank you. Amen. All right. So we are here. And one of the things that I wanted to share was what I had written down the other day. I was sitting down actually to write down the vision that I have for my life. And I was ironing out my goals and just going back and doing some heavy lifting that I realized was kind of glazed over, right? And I wanted to go back to the foundation of things and just make sure that it's as sturdy as possible so that I can continue to build on this. So I wanted to check the foundations, and that's what I was doing. So while I was sitting down, a few things came to me, and one of the things I want to share, and so I'm just going to read what I wrote. I said, If I wasn't so focused on me and my situation, what I think, analyzing my actions, wondering whether I'm doing something right or wrong, etc., how much more would I be able to see? How much of the world am I missing because my mind is consumed with noise, consumed with things I don't even want to be consumed with? How much more enjoyment could I have if I let that go? How much more present could I be for myself, for God, and for the people I love? How much more support could I provide? How much more of a friend or embodiment of love I could be? The deeper I get into understanding all of this, the more I truly see that there is power in the present. I can see why it's called the present as well. I can see why it's called the present as well, because it truly is. It's a gift and one that can only be unwrapped if you are, in fact, present. We miss out on the power of the moment if we are somewhere else. Insights, guidance, opportunities, answers, confirmation, all of that is here. It is in the now. But so often we miss out on it. So I wanted to read that and just leave you with that, really. I want you to start digging into these questions because one of the things, and maybe you've experienced it, or maybe you will experience it, but as I began to sit and act as an observer of my life, right? Sit back and see the thoughts that were constantly consuming my mind and how that would distract me from what was happening right in front of my face. I saw how often I was not present. I saw how getting lost in these thoughts will keep me from the juiciness and the joy that is right in front of me. I can be talking to a person and they're expressing something. And if I was truly there and involved in what it was that they were saying and not somewhere caught up in my thoughts, I can observe their essence. I can observe them, their body movements, their behaviors, and I can be more present and have a keener eye for the times that I can support them, for the times that I can step in and just like, oh, it looks like this person needs a hug. It looks like this person needs a compliment. It looks like this person needs, just some empowerment, some encouragement, and let me do that. If I'm not present, I miss those moments because I'm so concerned with what's going on, what I have to do 10 minutes from now, an hour from now, a week from now, a year from now, right? Or I'm concerned with what has happened even 10 minutes before. Oh my gosh, I didn't call that person. I knew I was supposed to call that person. Goodness gracious. I got to put that on my list. I'm thinking about all this stuff while this person is talking to me right in front of my face, and I'm missing opportunities to just embody what it is that I want to embody. Love. I'm missing opportunities to show up and to be love. And I don't want to miss out on opportunities like that. And I don't know about you, but I know about me. Okay. And as I observe my thoughts and I observe the fact that, I can constantly be lost in it. And when I'm lost in it and I'm thinking about the things of what I should do or what I shouldn't have done or what I could have done better or what I want to happen, I'm missing out on the gift that is being given right in front of my face. There's rarely suffering and pain in the present, right? In the present moment, it's rare. It's rare to have that 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 suffering that we go through, right? You may have pain, right? Because it may be something that you're facing right in front of you that you don't actually want to face. It's something that I would like to get out of. I would like to escape. And so a lot of us will find different modes and methods to be able to escape the present because it's not something that we want to deal with. It's not something that we want to face. It's painful. We don't like it. But in those times, I also want to be that voice in your head asking you, what exactly are you focusing on? What is it that you're looking at? What is the story that you're telling yourself about your present reality? Why is it causing you so much suffering? What's going on there? So digging deeper, not running away from the situation or not grabbing, a drink and trying to escape it or smoking or doing anything to escape what it is that's right in front of us, but instead digging deep and saying, okay, I'm not satisfied right now in this present moment. I don't like what it is that I'm feeling. I don't like what it is that I'm seeing. But so what is actually happening? Because I tell you this, you can have pain and suffering in the present moment while your kids are out here, playing outside. They're playing outside, they're laughing and joking right in front of your face. They're having a ball. Like beauty is happening. But yet in your head, you're thinking about, how am I going to feed them? Am I even going to have a roof over their head in a week, in 2 weeks, next month? Am I going to be able to provide for them? Am I going to be so the same things that could cause you immense joy and pleasure can elicit pain and suffering, depending on the story that you are writing, the story that you are believing, the story that you are giving life to. So I want you to really dial back and see, what am I? What story am I telling about my life? What story do I want to tell about my life? How can I be more present with what is actually happening? Because one thing is true, and that's one thing that I read, and I off the top of my head, I can't remember who said it. I can't remember who said it, but I can link that, right? I can put the quote and I'll link it. But that pain is inevitable, right? We have pain. We have pain because even if something, let's say something tragic happens, okay? There is no story that it is what it is. Like this tragic thing happened and I either miss this person or it's this, it elicits pain, elicits things that are, it doesn't feel good. I want to be out of this. Oh man, I wish this never happened, kind of thing. So those things are bound to happen. It's life. Life has ups and downs. But one of the things that doesn't have to be inevitable is the suffering that often accompanies the pain and the things that we go through. So that is optional. We don't have to suffer. That is a prison, that is a cage that we choose to lock ourselves up in and throw away the key and just like, what? I'm bound to be here. This is my life. This is how it goes. This is how it always is. And I can't do anything about it. What is the story that you are placing behind those things, the things that are coming up in your life, the things that are happening? What is the story that you're telling yourself? And is that story causing your suffering? If so, we're going to have to cut it off. We're going to have to reevaluate things. How do you want to feel? Because this, I don't know about you again, but I know about me. I want to be in the present because I know that's where all of the hidden gems are. That's where the gems are. When you're asking God for confirmation, when you're asking God for guidance, when you're asking to be led, when you're asking to be more compassionate, when you're asking to embody more love and to be more like love, that's where it is. It's in the present. It's not in your past. It's not in your future. It's right here, right now, with the actions that you're taking. And the only way that you're able to take those consistent actions and to really be there and to take what is going on, to now come and put it inside and see what it is that needs to come out of you, the only way that you can do that is being present in the present. That's it. So the loads of opportunities, the loads of guidance, the loads of peace, the loads of enjoyment that you potentially miss out on by simply not being present is crazy. That's crazy because I know you want to be there. I know you want to experience all of this, but you get wrapped up in your mind and what your mind is saying, and you're taking every thought that's going through your mind, the what ifs, the doubts, the worries, the fears, because they could potentially be true. You're taking it and you're running with it because it's like, all right, well, at least if I think about these things, it makes me feel like I have some degree of control. It makes me feel like, if this thing were to happen, then I would feel prepared. I would be at least prepared. It wouldn't knock me off my feet. It wouldn't knock me off guard because I've been kind of planning for this thing to happen. When in all actuality, what you're saving yourself from is disappointment. You don't want to be disappointed. You don't want to be hurt. That's why we want to maintain control. But one of the things that I want to tell you is that the outcome you don't have control over. All you have control over is what you're doing right here in the present moment. Your thoughts, your actions, your beliefs. Those are the things that you have control over. What it is that you buy into, what it is that you breathe life into, what it is that you're preparing yourself for. Are you preparing yourself for what you don't want, or are you preparing yourself for what you do want? Simple as that. What do you want to happen? It always goes back to what do you want? I always ask that question because that is the center. What is it that you really desire? Are the things that are going through your mind that you're allowing to constantly play, are those the things that you want to happen or not? If not, then cool. It's great that they showed up. Thank you so much. But I'm not buying into you. I can check in the feelings that I brought up because that will lead me into something deeper to be able to support myself. But as far as the story that's attached to it, I'm not buying into that. I don't have to. You show up and you try to write a story for me fear, for me doubt, for me worry, for me anxiety. But I don't have to accept that story, but I can still love you for who you are and what you do. I can still love you for keeping me safe or trying to keep me safe, but I'm the adult here. And I know what I need and I listen to my needs. So I don't need to buy into a false sense of security. I know where my security comes from, period. So the next time that these thoughts try to knock you off your guard and try to distract you from what is happening right in front of your face, turn the other way. It's like, nah, I'm going to focus. I'm going to focus in on what is happening. I'm going to focus in on the good. Do not forget that you have power, you have authority over everything, okay? Which includes your thoughts, which includes that story. So, since I have power, I have dominion, and I have authority over these things, then I have the ability and the freedom to then choose which way I want to go. And I choose to be in the present. So, in any moment, any instance that I feel that I'm distracted from the presence, you know what I can do? I can bring myself right on back, right on back. And don't get discouraged because it seems like several times in a day, if not almost every minute, you're going back and forth. You're going back and forth. It's okay because it is, in fact, a practice. We've been distracted for so long, we've allowed ourselves to be away from the present moment, engrossed in our thoughts and everything else that's going on around us, that now we have to practice presence. So it's okay. It's okay if you have to bring yourself back. It's okay if you feel yourself getting distracted. Please. We all do. That is not the time to judge. That is not the time to shame yourself. You're just like everybody else. All it is, oh, this is another opportunity for me to practice presence. This is another opportunity to show dominion and authority and power over my situation, over my thoughts, over what the enemy wants me to believe is true. This is my time. This is my opportunity. It's presenting itself. So I'm going to take it because I know every opportunity that I take, I get stronger. I get more capable. So then instead of it being every single minute that my mind is distracted and I have to bring myself back, then it goes to every 30 minutes. Ooh, every hour. Okay, wait a minute. Every 3 hours. Then I'm only doing that a few times a day. So that is where this is just a leveling up. There is nothing, and there is nothing that you should be doing. There's nothing that, oh, I should be here by now. I shouldn't be experiencing these things. Why shouldn't you? Because in my eyes, you're human, just like all of us. We all experience the same things. I have talked to a lot of people and we go through the same stuff, the same feelings, the same thoughts, the same doubts, the same worries, the same fears. It's all the same stuff. Imposter syndrome. We all face it. It may be in different areas, but we all feel the same way. The same stuff comes up. So, my question to you is how do you want to deal with it? How do you want to sift through it? How do you want to navigate it? How do you want to be there for yourself? How do you want to support yourself? Okay. So, those are the things that I want you to focus on. Practice presence. Okay. The two piece, practice presence. All right. So, I'm going to leave you on that note. And I actually want to say this one thing before I go. If you are in the position of where you feel called to do more, you feel look, there's something that is urging you, that is nudging you, that has been there, that's like, oh my goodness, if you have ever said there has got to be more to life than this, then honey, I want you in my coaching community. There are amazing things that are happening within the community. Within our time together, there has been like immense growth. And I'm so proud of the people who are in there. And I want you in there. If you're ready for a transformation, if you're ready to see life differently, if you're ready to change your thoughts, change your beliefs, change your mindset about where you are and where you can be. If you're ready to bridge that gap and walk across it, then I need you to be here. Okay? So if that resonated with you, if anything that I said resonated with you, then I need you in this community. So you can check us out at www.d as in dog, the number 2, D as in dog, community.com. So again, it's www.d2dcommunity.com. All right? If you have any questions about the community, about what goes on after you go to the page, then feel free to hit me up. You can write a comment below and I'll respond. Or if you decide to apply for the community and the coaching program, then once you go through the steps and you send in your application, it will give you an opportunity to be able to book me. Okay, so we can get on the phone and we can talk about whatever's going on, whatever questions you may have, even with life, whatever's going on. All right, so you can feel free to do that. That's a free call. and we can get on the phone and we can talk and we can sort things out and you can get some clarity in your next steps. All right. So I'm here to support you. If there's anything that I can do, please just leave a comment below, get in contact with me. I am here and I answer and I see the comments. All right. So have a beautiful, blessed day. And I will be here again tomorrow. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.